You actually thought it was real?
She wouldn't. She did.
No.
I'm being called a financial abuser and a heartless monster by my own daughter and ex-wife. Some of my friends won't take my calls. My ex-wife's circle is posting not-so-subtle things about deadbeat dads on Facebook. And all of this started because I decided that if I'm not being treated like a father, I'm not going to keep acting like a bank. Before you throw stones, hear me out. I met my ex-wife, Caroline, when we were both 19. We were young, broke, and convinced love was enough to survive anything. When she got pregnant a year into our relationship, I remember feeling terrified, like I was stepping into shoes that were too big for me. But I stepped up nonetheless. By 21, I was working construction during the day and stocking shelves at night. Caroline stayed home after Natalie was born. She said she couldn't handle the stress of working and that real men provided for the family. Later, she started selling handmade crafts online. The little money she made, she kept it separate, said it was hers. I didn't argue. I was too busy trying to keep the lights on. We had 3 more boys over the years. We weren't poor, but we were stretched thin. Road trip vacations, homemade birthday cakes, budget everything. Was I present every day? No. I missed some school plays. I missed dinners. I worked long hours because somebody had to. But I paid the bills. I made sure there was food. I made sure birthdays happened. I made sure Natalie had dance lessons when we could afford them. I was tired a lot, but I was there. When Natalie was 17, she got into a minor accident. Nothing serious, just enough for routine hospital checks. That's when I found out her blood type didn't match mine. I confronted Caroline that night. She didn't cry, she didn't look ashamed, she just crossed her arms and said, "You were never around anyway." I remember staring at her, waiting for the rest. She admitted she'd been sleeping with her ex around the time she got pregnant. She said she always suspected, but since I stepped up, she didn't see the point in digging up drama. My world has never been the same since that day. We divorced within the year. I got primary custody of the boys. Natalie was older, and the court allowed her flexibility. She started spending more time with Caroline. I stayed in Natalie's life. I told her nothing changed for me. At first, Natalie said nothing had changed, but things did change, slowly. She stopped calling me Dad. At first, it was subtle. "Hey, can you help me with something?" No title at all. Then one day, she called me Julius. It felt like someone had stuck a knife into my heart and twisted it. I tried to be understanding. I told myself she was confused. She'd just learned something that shook her identity. But then she started spending less time at my place. When she did come over, she stayed in her room, headphones in, door closed, refusing to interact with me and her brothers. When it was time for college, she insisted on a private school 6 hours away. Caroline pushed hard for it. I gave in. Later, I found out why. It was 30 minutes from her biological father's house. She was seeing him weekly. I wasn't told. I found out through Facebook. One night, I was scrolling and saw a picture of Natalie standing next to a man I had never met. They were smiling, arms around each other. Caption, "Finally with my real dad. Heart. Bestest dad ever." There were more posts after that. Family dinners, inside jokes, vacation selfies. I never once saw a post about me, not even on my birthdays. And here's the thing. I never tried to stop her from seeing him. I told myself she deserved to know where she came from. But what I wasn't prepared for was being erased. When she was 20, I discovered she had taken her boyfriend to meet her biological father for Thanksgiving and Christmas. She never introduced him to me. As if that wasn't enough, she left her old tablet at my house one weekend. A WhatsApp chat was open. Honestly, I'll just ask Julius to pay the bills. He still wants to impress me. Caroline replied, "Just call him Daddy number 2. I hate hearing his name." Laughing emojis followed. Daddy number 2. Like I was some contestant in a game show. That was the moment something inside me shifted. A few months later, life did something unexpected. A distant relative in Poland, someone I had never even met, passed away and left me an inheritance. After everything was finalized, it was just over $3 million. For a man who spent decades calculating grocery totals in his head, that kind of money felt unreal. I paid off my mortgage, I invested wisely, expanded my contracting business. Within a year, my income had doubled. For the first time in my life, I wasn't surviving, I was secure. I bought a larger house, nothing flashy but spacious. Each of the kids had their own room, a backyard, a game room in the basement. Life was good. I set up trust funds for my 3 younger kids, college fully covered, emergency savings established. When my 16-year-old Leo got his driver's license, I bought him a safe, reliable car. Nothing too flashy, but flashy in comparison with any car we'd ever owned or dreamed of owning. I continued paying Natalie's college tuition, rent for her apartment near campus, books, living expenses. She never called to say thank you, not once. When she did text, it was transactional. Tuition is due. Can you send this? I need money for textbooks. Then she heard about the inheritance. She stormed into my new house demanding a new car, said I owed her the same life I was giving her brothers. When I refused, she came back with Caroline. They both yelled. Even Caroline threatened to sue me for child support. Imagine trying to claim child support for a bunch of kids that you don't raise. Then she dropped the bomb. She was getting married in 3 months. She wanted $100,000 for the wedding. Her real dad would walk her down the aisle. My role, pay for it, sit quietly. That was the first time I felt real anger towards her. She's 21, not a confused teenager anymore. For 18 years, I loved her, protected her, provided, but I couldn't keep enabling her behavior. So I made a decision. I will continue paying her tuition and mandatory school fees for her final year, but that's it. No rent, no shopping money, no wedding, no trust fund. If I'm not your father in your heart, I won't be your sponsor in your bank account. When I told her, she exploded. You're punishing me. I said no, I'm adjusting my role. She said I was trying to control her with money. I reminded her I've never once used money to control her. I've used it to support her. There's a difference. Caroline called next, said I'm bitter, that I'm jealous, that I'm acting like a child. I asked her one question. If I'm not her real father, why am I the only one expected to pay? She didn't answer that. Now I'm the villain, the man who abandoned his daughter, the monster who won't pay for a wedding. But here's what people don't see. For 21 years, I showed up the only way I knew how. I worked, I provided, I sacrificed time because we needed money. And now, that money is the only thing they think I'm good for. I'm still paying for her education. I'm not cutting her off. I'm just refusing to compete with real dad for the privilege of funding my own replacement. Maybe I wasn't the perfect father. Maybe I worked too much. But I never walked away. And now I'm left wondering, did I finally stand up for myself? Or did I become the villain in her story? If you were in my position, what would you have done? Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment. And like and subscribe to support the channel and be a part of the Cutie Pie family. See you in the next one.